If you're thinking about today's generation, what comes through your mind?
Weak guys with baby faces, all of them skinny arms, flabby stomach. In general, online mostly conditions people to be weak, to be submissive, reject masculinity, to...
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video, and today we are going to talk about the problems that our generation has to face. To my right side we have Kevin Marcos from the YouTube channel Kevin71x. I'll link it somewhere here. And first of all, welcome. This is a very short podcast where let's see how far this conversation goes. So first of all, how are you, bro?
I can't complain, I'm doing very fine. How about you?
I'm very fine too. And if you're thinking about today's generation, what comes through your mind?
So basically, weak guys with baby faces, all of them skinny arms, flabby stomach, get very nervous around girls and stuff, very timid and shy overall.
Okay, so I think there are also a few people who are not kind of like this, but the majority of them, I also think about a guy, shy, maybe fat, addicted.
Stinks.
Stinks. Why not? Stinks. And do you think that the internet, that this modern world is kind of like the problem for this? Like, what does social media to us? What does the internet to us?
Basically, yes. Social media and stuff, all media in general online, mostly conditions people to be weak, to be submissive, to reject masculinity, to... This in general makes men weak.
I think one major problem that our generation today has to face is, it's got something like Hamza mentioned, is that the mental health of the generation from us is absolutely going down. And I mean, if you're looking at the last generations, the generations that has been in world wars, for example, I mean, they also kind of like have a bad mental health because of the circumstances. They also have bad mental health. I mean, if you're a kid and you grow up in a war, I mean, what do you expect, bro? But the problem today is it's kind of different. We're not in a war right now, so we are living in a safe place, in a safe country. I mean, everything should be fine, but why is not everything fine for us?
Because men are living, or in general people are living too comfortably. They wake up scrolling on their phones, jacking off 3 times in a row, then they start their morning, or by then it's midday, by eating sugary cereals and stuff, you know. They waste the whole day playing video games, watching porn, distracting themselves with instant gratification, social media, TikTok and all this bullshit. This just messes up your mental health, because you're not working towards anything, you know. You're just wasting your time, and as a man specifically, you have to have a purpose, something you're working towards. And if you're not doing that, you always have this sense of nihilism, this lack of sense in your life, you know. And this is also the reason why most people are depressed, because they have no sense, they have no purpose to work on.
I think it's also kind of like, I think it's also the fault of like today's society, the things that our family, that our parents, our grandparents kind of like are telling us to live a kind of like comfortable life, live a safe life, just go to school, just go to college, make a good degree, etc. But they are just taught to kind of like being a slave, just like telling, don't ask any questions, just live your life, just do your homework, just clean up your room. But I think they are not thinking big enough. And when talking about thinking big enough, I mean kind of like being your own man, you know?
Mm.
Thinking about bigger goals, like you mentioned. Having a purpose. Kind of like to inspire others. I mean, if you are looking around, so I couldn't name so many names. People in our age who are just permanent on their grind, who can inspire others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just living from weekend to weekend, running after instant gratification, and they're still depressed. I mean, because of the instant gratification, etc. But this is something like Andrew Tate said, and I think he's not wrong with it. He said that we basically don't have any problems in our Western country. We don't face really big problems. I mean, if you're living somewhere where in a war zone and your house is bombed and your parents just died, then you have some big problems. But
Not if a girl doesn't reply back to you or stuff.
yeah, for example, this is our point where we are standing right now. But now the question is how to get out of it, how to improve our life. So what can a man in our generation do to be more happy, to be stronger, to embrace his pure nature? What do you think about this?
So, first of all, you have to take a big step back from social media. Stuff like Instagram, for example, messes up your brain. TikTok should be demolished from your phone. It's just pure tox.
And if you use it to get successful, like kind of like YouTubers posting TikTok videos like me,
So YouTube on its own can be used pretty well for content creation and stuff, and consumption can be limited and controlled very easily. But sites like TikTok are just made so addictively, you can't really use them in a proper manner, you know. And Instagram also, just the whole dynamic of people liking your stuff. You are getting a notification each time, oh, who has liked my post? And
fucks up our mind, right?
Yes, who has seen my story and stuff? And you're basically thinking too much about what other people think, you know? So this doesn't mean that you should completely stop caring about other people, because, for example, people close to you, people in your tribe, as it can be called, their opinion should be important to you, because they often see your mistakes and stuff. Basically, also, social media causes guys to worship women. This isn't talked about a lot. For example, guys looking at a picture of a woman's ass, saying, "Wow, look at this ass," you know? This ass is so... look at this woman. This woman looks so gorgeous.
Wow!
Yeah, and they're showing it to their guy friends. Hey, look at this woman, you know? And so, you know, and this behavior, of course, doesn't lead you to improving yourself. Yeah. What do you think about social media?
I think it's kind of like how you use it. I mean, if you're a producer, if you changed your mindset from a producer to, from a consumer to a producer, then you have way more benefits and you are way more aware of the things. I mean, I kind of notice it by myself that I'm still scrolling sometimes through Instagram, but I think if you kind of like want to grow on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, if you want to be famous, kind of like what our goal is, then this is a little sacrifice that I'm taking to grow much more on platforms like YouTube. But it's a short sacrifice, but it would be worth taking it.
Mm.
And one question that I have to you is, to improve your lifestyle, to improve your masculinity, to your power. So what are kind of like your favorite habits that you have?
The most fundamental habits are pretty self-explanatory. Going to the gym is the foundation of everything. Meditation can't be missed. It's also a cornerstone habit.
What are the benefits from meditation?
Just being more aware, being more mindful of your whole life, everything you do, being more in control of your emotions, of yourself, and just going through life not like a zombie, not AFK as you can call it, just being aware of everything, being in the moment.
Yeah. How do you meditate?
There are different types of meditation. The most common one is mindfulness meditation.
So just tell me what you do every morning or evening.
I'm doing 2 types of meditation in the morning. One is called the Wim Hof method. It's a kind of breathing exercise for your immune system and stuff. And the second is normal mindfulness meditation. It's just focusing on your breath and constantly shifting your attention back to your breath once your mind has wandered. It's very simple stuff, but most struggle, of course.
Yeah, I think it's very effective to improve your happiness, because if you're doing this mindfulness, if you're shifting back your attention to your breath, then it's such a biohack for your brain, for your life in general, because if you're meditating and you're shifting back always your attention, then you're automatically going to do this in life. If you're in this negative thought spiral, if you're always in this negative spiral, going down with your negative thoughts, then this kind of meditation reduces the gray substance in your amygdala, which also improves your mood. So you're not always falling down so fast in this negative thought spiral. This is really important one.
Yeah, meditation. The benefits of meditation can't be just summarized in this small video stuff. You can talk days about the benefits.
Challenge accepted.
and yeah, coming back to fitness. Fitness is also, every man should train, especially weightlifting. You can't just go on the treadmill or go jogging. You need weightlifting. You need to face resistance with your muscles. You need to work on your body because it will make you, you will gain respect from other men, and you will gain attraction from other women. And these are only a few benefits. And
what inspired you to go to the gym?
So basically my body, I started very young, with 14, and before that I was a bit chubby. Then I trained wrongly for half a year. I turned very skinny, and from that moment on I started to focus on building up my body, gaining mass, and just getting an aesthetic body, because you know, when you are very skinny or have a shit body, you're just not very respected from other people. You don't get attraction from women. You don't get respect from other men, and you just feel shit about yourself, you know? This is one reason. And secondly, just fitness is a form of therapy. If you love training like I do, just coming to the gym with some problems in mind and just getting your chest session done, you go out of the gym with such a clear mind, you know? It seems like every problem has disappeared. And it's also very uncomfortable. And as you hopefully know, doing uncomfortable things makes you grow. Getting out of your comfort zone makes you grow and makes it able for you to do even more uncomfortable things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think going to the gym, or in my case, for example, doing boxing, going to the gym, I think both are pretty good. And I also think doing some sport like going to the gym or boxing is also my number one tip if you're kind of like broken hearted, if you're kind of like have in a shitty physique. If you're just unhappy, if you have mental issues, then my number one tip will always be go to the gym or going to start boxing. I mean, especially being this uncomfortable give you this main character vibe. You don't feel that worthless anymore. This is a big aspect. So you respect yourself more because you know you are always doing this kind of uncomfortable things. You are hard on yourself and life gets easier from itself. And this journey, I mean, we both talk with experience. We are doing our sport so for many years. And especially, I mean, you said you trained so long wrongly, but now you have a great physique, of course. And these things do not come from just training 1 year consistent or doing one good sleep, one good meal of protein, one time going to the gym. It's such a long way, but if you wouldn't have this long way, it wouldn't have any value. Your body would be useless if everybody who is just doing it once would look great. So the more discipline you put in, the more you stay consistent, the more value your body also has.